Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Veena, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. So first of all, congratulations on some very strong academic English language proficiency. You've done a great job so far. You took the TOEFL test back in 2011, you got 88. You took it again in 2013 and you got 90. So you're almost the same as you were 2 years previous. Your goal here is to get 100. So right now your reading score is the strongest at 24 points out of 30. You have 22 points out of 30 on the listening. You have 23 points out of 30 on the speaking and 21 points out of 30 on the writing. So it looks like you can probably make the most improvements in the writing area. And guess what, Veena? I have 40 independent writing practice tests for you. I have 43 integrated writing practice tests. I would recommend that you complete those practice tests. Start working on those today even. Now, I do have one other service you might be interested in. I'm going to recommend it, and you don't have to do it if you don't want. Now, when you complete your writing practice test, my teaching assistant will read and score and then send you comments on those writing practice tests. Now, if you want me to error correct and really go through your essay and to see exactly what are the problems you're having with both your independent and integrated writing tasks, I can certainly do that. And what some students will do is they'll pay me an additional fee to error correct one independent writing practice test. They'll pay me a fee to correct an integrated writing practice test. And then from that usually helps get them where they need to be. And you can kind of see exactly what problems you're having with the writing. So if you want to use my error correction service, I will include a link in this video that will tell you more about it. But in a nutshell, it does cost an additional payment, one payment of $50 if you want me to error correct one of your independent writing practice tests. If you want me to error correct one of your integrated writing practice tests, you make an additional payment of $50. So together, if I read and error correct two of your essays, that will cost $100 if you want me to do that. Now, you don't have to if you don't want. The main thing, though, start completing writing practice tests, and remember my rule of one per day. Do not submit more than one writing practice test each day that you're one of my students. Now, based on your situation, so you want to go from 90 to 100, I am going to recommend my 60-day TOEFL study guide for you. That's my recommendation. It probably will take you about 60 days to get to where you need to be. All right, so that's going to be very important. Now, I do have some suggestions of some things I want you to do. I got 3 basic things I'm going to recommend for you. Now, if I've told you these things before, I apologize. But if you may have watched other videos and I've said similar things. But bottom line is, you need to get in the habit right now of reading every day. I'm going to recommend, because your reading is already pretty good, maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day. You can read magazines, newspapers, and also books. Secondly, get in the habit of also practicing listening every day. I'm going to recommend about 45 minutes of listening practice each day. You can use news, history, documentary, and especially science programs on television if you have it. That would be very good practice. Now, if you don't have English TV, you can go on the internet. I have 3 specific websites, Veena. One is called National Public Radio. Number 2 is TED Talks. And number 3 is Randall's Cyber Listening Lab. Now, as you do the reading and the listening practice, get in the habit of note-taking. Get down in note form the main and the most important supporting points of those reading and listening passages. Then, using your notes, you can, number 1, you can practice speaking about the reading and the listening passages. My recommendation is to speak for about 60 seconds and even record your voice so you can listen to it later. Also, you should practice writing about the reading and the listening passages that you're practicing, again, using your notes. So my recommendation for you is to do 3 academic summaries each week. Each summary should be 250 words, and your summaries should focus on the main and the most important supporting points of those reading and listening passages. So if you can just start doing these ideas or these suggestions, this is going to help you. Now, in addition to doing the reading and the listening, note-taking, writing, and speaking practice, start going through the lessons in my 60-day TOEFL study guide. Now, if you don't want to use my study guide, that's fine. You have complete unlimited access to over 700 lessons to help you improve your vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, your reading, listening, writing, and speaking proficiencies. So you can use my course any way you like, anytime you like, however you want, as long as you want. As long as you're one of my students subscribed to my online TOEFL course, you will have complete, unlimited access to all my lessons. This 60-day study guide is just simply a suggestion to give you some practice at my website each day, so you can do a combination. You're not just doing reading every day, you're doing maybe some listening, some vocabulary, some pronunciation, then maybe you'll do listening and reading on another day, then writing and speaking on another day. It just makes sure that you're doing all 7 areas of my website. You're using all 7 areas each week. Because sometimes students, Veena, they have a tendency to focus on what they like or what they're best in. For you, you don't need to do as much reading practice. You need to do a lot more writing practice than you do reading. And so the study guide helps you make sure you're getting a balanced type of instruction each day to help build your academic English language proficiency. All right, anyway, thank you for your comments and good luck to you. And all the best to your high score in TOEFL success. And also thank you for joining my course.